I ran into this video a few hours ago, and something that I speak about big is black community generational wealth. Um, and it's something that I've never heard people talk about or speak about, and it's very important. Um, and we at the point in this, and we at the point in time where we have the actual power, influence, and resources to do this. Um, it's two ways that people take rulership, and this have happened throughout time in every country, nation, BC, AD, and as we and it's always gonna happen. And any time a people who haven't been treated fairly to to attain their rulership position is always and always has been and always will be by force. No one is giving you rulership or, for that sake, equality without a war. Now, we live in a new age now. We live in a new age now where it sometimes it have to go to blood, which is the last case and worst case scenario. We don't want it to go to that. Ultimately, it may, the way things are going in America, they keep going that way. It may actually hit the head of violence in a race war. However, whatever, the way I would say do it and the way we have to do it is through money. That's the way we can do it. It's a new time now. Everything that these other races of people are doing, we can do, if not better, right? These people capitalize off us, and as I always tell people, and as I always say, it was a lot of time in the past that black people did have roadblocks, but that is not the time anymore. We're at a time now where we have, once again, the resources, the resources, aka slash finances, influence. We got everything that we need. You know, it started. It was a long road. We seen light at the end of the tunnel. We seen light at the end of the tunnel. We went through some things, slavery, all kind of different things, Jim Crow, and that road was long, and it was light at the end of that tunnel. We have not only reached the light, but we have reached the door, and the door was once locked. Now it's not only locked; it's open with a crack. All it's waiting for us as a community, as a people, to do is push, but we're not pushing through that door for some reason. And this brother here is about to talk about a few things, and like I say, I ran into it, and I wanted to speak on it and my commentary to it, because, and also want to kind of like, as I've spoken in other video, but this may be the first video that you see from me, because I haven't released videos in a while, because I had did a whole moving situation, and um the room where I'm gonna be doing my podcast is under construction, and I'm waiting for some other equipment to come in. And so once all that gets squared away, I'm gonna be doing weekly shows. Sometime I want to make a day. I see that brothers doing. I see a lot of other brothers doing, and brothers that come from the, brothers that used to be in that life, that street life, gangster life, whatever type of life that is, that we lived, and we made it out to talk about it, because most gangsters is dead or in prison for a long time. So the ones of us that made it out and actually here to give our voice and tell our stories can help other people, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the things that I went through in the street, in prison, and all these things, if I would have knew this, if somebody that had experience that would have told me about it, I'd have made some different decisions, bro. You feel me? And so it's not to glorify the lifestyle, not to make them, because it's not fun in there, bro. It's not fun in there, bro. It's suffering in there, bro. And when I mean suffering, when you got a name, when you a man, when you a stand up nigga. I want to use certain language, but when you a gangster and you got that name, and you know when you one of them, you don't have no power. on a physical level in there, but it's just a mental issue. You know, you got mental issues going on in there because you locked in the cage. Emotion, it's just a lot of stuff you go through that's not physical. You heard me? So, um, but going back to the original subject, and you know, and so we have everything we need. The door is cracked. All we gotta do is push it. And what do I mean by that? You got, and like I say, I'm gonna let him talk, and of course I'm gonna chime in. But going back to the situation, I tell black people all the time, it's no such thing as equality. You're not getting equality. For whoever those people are that you think or you waiting to give you equality is not going to happen. The powers that be, whatever color they may be, whatever race they be, wherever you want to go with it, whatever they've been doing to keep them in power, why would they change that to give you equality? It's not going to happen. You're going to have to save yourself, black man and black woman, and especially you, black man, you the head. You're going to have to save yourself. And what I'm saying is, what I'm saying by we have everything we need, we can save ourselves. We actually have the physical and everything we need. And spiritual, we have to turn back to the Most High and His laws and commandments. For Him to heal our land, we're going to have to humble ourselves to Him. And it starts with the men. That's number one on the spiritual level. But on the physical level, we have everything we need, but we spinning it in the wrong directions. And these brothers is about to speak about some things, and like I said, I'm gonna chime in. But the reason why I speak on black community generational wealth is because that's what these people come here. I speak about how, you know, if you work corporate, let's say for instance you work corporate, for y'all that work corporate, you know, when y'all have board meetings and they have a board up showing how sales dealing with going throughout the year. It might be a bar graph or one of those type of things. That's what these people come here with on their board. The Indians, the Arabs, I'm gonna say, the Asians. They come to America, and on their board, they don't got no bar graphs. They don't got no line. They got a big old picture of a black man and a black woman. We about to go get rich off of them with our hair. We about to go get rich off them with the fingernails. We gonna get rich off them because they gotta come to our liquor stores and the gas stations. We moving all our stuff in the hood. They don't want. They don't want to go put their business in the white side. And I don't understand that. I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand it. They come to the hood because they know that's where the money is. They don't like niggas, but they come to the hood. And so, you know, why is we not spending that money? This is how we combat everything we going through. Spend money with ourselves. And this is how you create community generational wealth. Because a lot of times, you got a lot of black families in America who have generational wealth, right? But what happens when that fourth generation screw up, right? They screw up and now they got to start from scratch. And because everybody that's in power and own companies don't look like them, they got laws in place that can stop them if they make one mistake in their life. For example, these people write the laws. You know what I'm saying? And that's another. And I'm not gonna get off into that because I want to stay on subject. But that's why I tell my people we got to get in politics as well, because as Meek Mill say, those who make the rules can break the rules. So you know we worrying about going be in the NBA, the NFL, but the people who in the NFL, the NBA, and all these celebrity rappers, the money that they make goes by a tax code that was wrote by somebody that do not look like them. So we got to get in these political office so we can write tax codes, so we can write certain things. But going back to what I was saying, um, and with the community generational wealth issue, so here we could have our own tax people, we can have our own banks, we could have our own dealership, we could have our own jewelers, and and the ones of us that had the money. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to think about like I say, the future generation. Because the future generation screw up. See these other people, these Asians, these Caucasian, all these other races of people, they big on setting up community generational wealth because they understand that somebody might screw up in the future. But if they didn't help, if they didn't build if they didn't set up a system that consists of them, even though the people of his, even though he squandered everything and got to start from scratch, people that might not have his last name, they look like him, they'll give him a shot. That's why all these other people, they'll help their people. We the only people who don't help our people. Everybody else perform nepotism with their people, and I don't be mad at them for that. When people be like, "Oh, they," I respect them for that, because if we had that same energy, we would be at the top instead of at the bottom of the economic pole. We spend the most money in America. Everybody know one thing: we need to get that money out of them Negroes, and we know all we got to do is we sell it. It don't matter what it look like. If we sell it for an expensive price, the Negro gonna buy it because that make him feel superior amongst other Negroes. Some people in the fashion, I get it. Some people just in the fashion. You have people like Kanye. I don't think Kanye ever was just trying to just out. He just that's he. Some people just into fashion, right? Right. But most of these rappers and most of these dudes in the street, that's a sign of, oh, I'm getting money, or oh, I got this. If I could spend 1,200 on some shoes, but that's cool. But let's spend it with our people. Let's get us a black designer, because there's plenty of beautiful black women and black men, right, who are amazing designers. I'm talking about make some stuff that'll crush any one of these designer companies that we like to buy. Let's get a whole bunch of them and invest some money into them, right? And all the stuff that I'm saying is the message is because when these brothers gonna speak, I'm gonna revisit some of these things. So everything I'm saying, remember it. The money that we spending, we can spend that like that. Let's send this person to school to help them master design and art. They already got it good, but let's send them to school. Or that we don't have to send them to school. Let's build them a corporation. And what they gonna do, we can build them. For example, this 18. We just gonna use this one small example. Floyd Mayweather's $18 million watch. He could have used $5 million of that to create a corporation for a different a group of black people, say 25 black men, 25 black women, and created a whole designer company and named it whatever he wanted to name it, and got celebrities to market it, wear it, and everything, and we only spend money with that. This Gucci, this Balenciaga, this Louis, whatever that company is. Now, all these people within this company, they got positions. All these people in this company, they got positions. So they gonna employ their children. And Floyd Mayweather, by them being the first, he would give them a piece of the stock in company. So they would have this stock to move to other generations. And it will keep going on. Same thing with cars. We smart enough to make a car. If Elon Musk can make Tesla, I can imagine what Tyrone Musk would make. And that's just a joke. But I'm just saying, we are very emotional people. And when you're an emotional person, you seem to put that in everything. Everybody got emotion, but black people are clearly overly emotional. And that makes us great at a lot of things. That makes us the best football player. That makes us the best in anything we do. We the best at it because adding our emotion makes it more acting. Everything, you name it. And I feel as though anything we do, we could be the best at it, right? So let's get a car dealership, put them in the main cities in America, a whole bunch of celebrities, football players, because these dudes is making a lot of money, man. These dudes just got $200 million contract. We have the finance. That's what I'm saying. We buy the money. These rappers is making $100,000 every hour. These dudes is with streams. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got it. It's nothing stopping us now. But the ignorance means misinformed. That's why scriptures say my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We don't have no knowledge. And the things that I'm talking about, the things that this brother talk about, most blacks don't want to talk about. LeBron, who better out of LeBron and Jordan? They all for that. How many baby mamas NBA young boy got? They know all their name, where they from, how they look, they weight, the baby name. You go down the line, what a baby was born, right? So these are the things most of us as a black people, and this is constructive criticism. Most of us as a people are superficious and very shallow. The things that matter we don't care about, but yet we cry about them, right? So going back to, and so with these car companies across America in all major cities, we got the money to put them in all cities, and This is a black owned, black ran car dealership. Car the car was engineered by black people. Nice cars, super cars, all type of cars, family cars, and black people. We just buying these cars. We not buying Kia no more. We not buying Toyota Mercedes. We just buying this. We just buying this, and we just employing black people. And every black people we employ in all these companies, they would get a piece of stock. So that's the stuff we spend money on. Okay, and we can get jewelers, the black jewelers. We don't spend money with John anymore. We don't spend money with Mazda New York. We don't spend money with Icebox. We don't spend money with Aviante, Eliante, none of them. We spending money with just the black jewelers. All these things that I just said, cars, jewelry, designer, that's what blacks spend the most money on. And now we can go to food. Everybody know black people the best cooks. Now don't get me wrong, that Chinese food be good. But black people the best cook. We'll go get us a little Chinese food every night. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You heard me? But I'm saying, let's create all restaurants in every neighborhood. Let's invest this money that we invest in watches and cars with all these other people, enriching all these other people. Let's go spend that, because the money gonna come back to you anyway. You still gonna make the money back, and it's gonna come back 10, 20, 30 fold. Because we got so much money that we spending, you gonna make the money right back, and everybody money that's gonna be in this situation gonna be black. The people who are in the company black, the people who employ, everybody black, and everybody got a piece of stock to pass down, not a damn pension that they can't pass down, or 401k that's on the verge of getting wiped out because you got stupid people in the White House, right? So, oh, and let me not forget this: hair and nails. You know, down here in the city where I stay at, these Arabs is so smart. They is so smart. Look what they doing out here in my city. They hiring the young ladies to work in there. The young lady that's from out here, from the hood or whatever. They hiring them to work here. I mean, they hiring them to work in their hair stores, and the young ladies don't know that they doing 3 jobs for one salary, or for one pay, hourly pay. They doing 3 jobs. They don't even know it. Their first job is whatever they got hired for, cashier, stock. That's the first job they doing. The second job they doing is free advertising, because by them working there, they know when all the new hair gonna come. They know when it's coming in. They know what kind it is, and they telling all their homegirls, you know, we got the new hair, because they want to bring business to the store to look good for this Arab, right? And the Arab gonna give him a little piece of bread every now and then, a gift card, he gonna do little stuff for him to make him feel like he care, because he understand they value, but they don't. So that's the number 2 job. They gonna be giving free advertising, telling everybody what hair they got and the new hair and how much it's new, when the deals come out and all that there. The third job they gonna be doing for free that they don't know is being an advisor. These people don't know nothing about how y'all put that hair on y'all head, what y'all need and how y'all need it and all that there. They don't know none of that. So you working for them, and you gonna tell them, because once again, you want to get in good with them. You gonna tell them, yeah, this is what we need, this is what we use, this is what the girls like, this more popular. Some girls like this. So you advising him on what to buy for his store that he not even gonna give you a cut from. He just gonna give you that pay that you get. And we know all this. We got all the information. We know where they get the hair from. Why don't we just create hair stores? And guess what? Nobody shop at no other hair store unless it's black home. We not going to Mr. Lee no more. We not going to Alabala Bala. We going to, if it ain't a black hair store, we ain't going. If it ain't a black nail salon, we ain't going. How about that? So those 5 things: hair, nail, designer, cars, and jewelry. That's 5 main things that black people love. Why are we not, the money that we spending on those items with other races, we need to spend on helping our people get in position to create companies like that. The ones of us that's why I say we gotta come together. Some of us gonna have to take, because why would I help them? Because you thinking about the future. That's why you would help them. That's what a community. That's the biggest emphasis on the community generational wealth. Because your question might be, well, if I'm Floyd Mayweather, why would I help some random black woman and black man in Timbuktu because they a good designer. Why would I help them? Why would I put them on? Okay, this is the community general. This is the biggest highlighted part of in the community generational wealth thing. Now, okay, Floyd Mayweather, we know that the next 3 or 4 generations gonna be good, Floyd Mayweather. We already know that. But what if that fifth Mayweather generation squander everything and they gotta start from scratch? Those companies that your great 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 grandfather created, the other generation made a squander the stock and everything in it. But not only did your grandfather create it, let's say his name get wiped out, which we know that could never happen because the person who the started it gonna get recognized. But let's just say his name get wiped out. He put in a blueprint that everybody that worked for the company must be black. And by that time, by that generation, everybody already we'll be popping now. 5 generations down, we'll be popping now. So we'll be able to go to these places even when we get in a little situation, because that's who that the convicted felon. Why the reason why convicted felons is treated the way they treated, because a person who wrote the laws for them to get treated that way don't look like them, because majority of them gonna be black. Majority of convicted felons gonna be black, and the people that look like him didn't write the laws. So that's why it's so hard for a convicted felon to get a firearm, to vote, to even get a place to stay, to get a good job, or not even a good job, a decent job. They made these rules to affect us because they knew in the long run that's who it would affect. Listen, these people, the powers that be, they got 3 sets. They got the 25-year plan, the 50-year plan, and the 100-year plan. This is how these people playing. And with the black community, everything is going as planned. We killing each other. We making them rich to stun on each other. We self-destructing. But I'm not gonna go too deep into that in this video. We talking about community generational wealth. So they, like I say, going back to the company situation, four generations down the line, 5 generations down the line, and Mayweather squandered everything. He got to start all over. By that time, if we start now, the whole damn America, damn near, probably we'll for sure be at the top of the economic pole. We'll for sure be the breadwinners of America. So even though he fell off and squandered all his father's money, his last name still gonna be there, and not to mention he gonna be able to go to any one of these companies and get nepotism like these other people do. Because see, and this is not, like I say, this is not a racist channel. I love white people. As a matter of fact, my best friend took his life and he was a white man. I love all people, right? Let's be clear on that. But I must rectify the truth. See, white boys, they can come home, and I've seen it. They can come home and get a good job because the people who own the job and run the company looks like them. So he would have compassion for him and say, well, maybe he made a mistake. But little little Tyrone, he don't have no compassion for them. He don't want them at his job. And so he didn't put laws in place that said that, hey, you can't work here. You can't stay here. You can't, listen, bro, people, you can't even get a decent place to stay, if any. Nobody letting you stay in their apartment complex. And I don't know this to be true, but I'm sure when you go to a realtor, they do a background check. I don't know that. But even let's just say they don't do a background check, and you go to a realtor and say, I want this house, I got the money here. They move you in that house, a situation happened, and you got a charge on your name, and it come out, somehow it come out that you are ex this or you whatever. Bruh, I think that would really hurt that realtor's reputation. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. That's something I don't know. But I'm saying all this to say this here. That's why we need to create generational wealth. And if we spend the money in all the areas, that's just 5 major areas. I can go deeper. And like I say, this would constantly roll over. 3-4 generations, matter of fact, I don't even have to go that far. 50 years from now, people talk about Black Wall Street. America would be Black Wall Street. America would be with all these other companies, because we would run these people out of our neighborhood, not by force, by money. Going back to what I said earlier, you have in order to get rulership, it's not going to be given; it must be taken, and it must be taken by blood or money. But we can do it with money. If we stop spending money with these Chinese food stores in the hood, these gas stations in the hood, um, these hair stores in the hood, ain't nobody else coming over there and buying no hair. Ain't white folks or nobody else. No, ain't nobody else coming by that hair, weave, and all that stuff to put in their hair. So if we stop spending our money, they gonna have to shut down. They gonna go out of business. And once they go out of business, we could move in with our companies. We can slowly but surely do this. We can slow. This is why I tell people about Donald Trump. Donald Trump was helping niggas do this. Donald Trump was going in hoods, looking at, he called it opportunity zones, and saying, "Hey, why is something not right here?" So he got these big old companies to invest in areas like this, but these companies are not ran by black people. They in the black neighborhood and they employ black people. That's why unemployment was so low while he was in office. But these companies are still not ran by black people. These companies still, black people still have no stock in these companies. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciated Trump for that and I saluted him for that. And I know, and that's why I love him so much. But well, that's one of the many reasons why I love him so much. But I'm saying, he was trying to help us. He the first one to even try an initiative like that. No, Barack Obama wasn't. No, Joe Biden and Kamala not doing it now. No, 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 and no. Right? And so, like I say, that's all we got to do. We don't got to do it about blood for it. We can do it about money. Stop spending our money with all these things and invest with our people, the ones of us that made it, the $200 million basketball. All just put the money. And he gonna get off into that, and I'm gonna revisit speaking on that. That how we can all chip in. Because we gonna all benefit from it. And not only us, our future. See, that's another thing about these other generations. These other generations focus on the future. The bloodline. Negroes just focus on them and their family. We gotta focus on the future, bro. We gotta stop. That's what love means. When you love somebody, you sacrifice for them. Our ancestors sacrificed for us because the slavery and stuff they went through. We able to live the life we live now. So we need to do that same thing by sacrificing a few dollars that we gon' make back. Not to mention our bloodline gonna make back in 100-fold. So I'm finished pretty much on my commentary, and I'm gonna let these brothers talk, and of course I'm gonna chime in. Exactly, and I want to pause on that. I tell people all the time, these people are not holding us back anymore. We got the listen. Listen. I tell people all the time. I say the gun been on us for so long. We've been the rabbit for so long. Now that we got the gun, we putting it to our own head. And what do I mean by that? We got the power right now. We got the power right now. But and these people are not holding us back no more. The white man, nobody. But you know what they is doing? They capitalize off our ignorance, as this brother just said. Oh, you Negroes like that designer? We gonna give it to you at a higher price. Or y'all like whatever y'all like, we gonna give it to you. We need some of that good money that y'all spending. That money good. That money sweet. We used to say about dudes in I remember we used to have a term when I was in prison with dudes who just love giving their money away and gambling or something like that. They can't gamble, they love to play. We used to call them. We used to say, "Y'all boy, you sweet like bear meat. You sweet, 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 sweet." They know black people sweet, 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 sweet as bear meat. They know we sweet with our money. And they also know that we don't want to spend it with each other because we know females who do nails just as good as Meek Ling Ling. But we don't want to give her that money because we've been trained to hate and be jealous of each other and compete with each other. So if she giving her money to if she giving her money to Sheikah, she gotta see Sheikah every day. And Sheikah doing all these people nails and late y'all, all these black girls. Sheikah balling. She wanna show off too. So Sheikah got her big bend, big rim. Why the girl that's coming to her getting dropped off or driving regular Nissan Altimas. They don't mind giving the money to Ling Ling because they ain't gonna see Ling Ling. They ain't gonna see Ling Ling in a store nowhere. They don't know where she stay. That only time they see Ling Ling is when they go to a store. So they don't got no problem giving her the money, right? But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to go in that part because what you said is our ignorance. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right now, it's our ignorance that got us in our condition. Nothing else, nobody, no entity is us. Because right now today, them people just sitting back, they not saying that, they quiet, and they know another thing they do, they rub our back. They rub our back because they know one thing, that's the money. Black people is sweet, 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 sweet. That's when we get it. Exactly. Right. Exactly. Preach. It's funny that he said that. And that's another thing. I want to say that because it's funny that he said that. Our airline, we like to fly, we like to travel. We need to have our own airline. We need to have our own banks. We need to have our own police to police our own people. That way it won't be no killings like it is now. Because black people understand black people. Yeah, you'll have situations that happen like the Tyree Nichols situation, but for the most part, you won't have these things happening because a black person is able to communicate with another black person and understand him and understand that maybe he's just moving his arm that way. He's not about to attack you. You don't have to shoot him. A lot of things would change. We have to create a system of black people so they can deal with their own people. I tell people all the time, bro, I feel like people should just go, black people should just catch their corner for a second. Stop, just get out of the mix all the way. because they don't understand that there ain't a lot of them don't. Some of us do it, more and more of us waking up. Thank God. But I'm saying, black people, some of us just don't understand that they're their own worst enemy. He about to get into that real stuff right now. Okay, now guess what he said? He said it, and all these people can do it. They don't gotta be that big. Okay, Steph Curry, you can put 25 million. Okay, Mayweather, you can put 50 million. Okay, Michael Jordan, you can put 100 million. Okay, so and so, you can put 1 million. Okay, and everybody that's putting something to be like a venture capitalist because they getting stopped, but they building a company with all black people, so it's not really about them so much. It's about their bloodline, and not only their bloodline, people that look like them, so people can give their people an opportunity, so they won't have to go through the stuff that black people go right now. Because guess what? They'll have a whole black community of straight black realtors. So when you go try to get your house and you had a charge when you were 17 years old, they'll understand your situation and say, you know what, we understand you changed. We're gonna let you move in the neighborhood, and the people in the neighborhood won't overreact because they got somebody in their family that went through the same thing. Or a job, a good job, a good paying job where you don't have to work in fast food, which that's gonna be gone. The fast food gonna be over with it for years. They're gonna have all robots. Gonna be one person in there that's gonna be the general manager and maybe a manager, and that's it. So all that fast food stuff, that's not gonna even be there. In the grocery store, cashier, all that's gonna be done away with. They're gonna be robots, right? Just to add that in. So we'll have our own companies of all these companies, like I said, which is about, like I say, generation down the line. If we start now, it'll be booming. We'll have multiple um, properties, multiple sections, multiple. Um, we'll have probably our own cities, right? We'll have our version of wall, but we'll have all these things. So therefore, 3, 4 generations down the line, 25 years down the line, 50 years down the line, when everything's, because I would say it probably would take about a 25 to 50 year period. By 100 years, it would be what it's supposed to be. Um, but you'll have people come. They might have had, like I said, they might have made a mistake when they was young. They changed person out. They did their time, came home, and guess what? They'll be able to get a job because it'll be a business. All these companies will be owned by their own people. So, and that's the thing about community generational wealth. It's not about you and yours. It's about you, yours, and everybody that look like you for future for future. This is why all these other people do what they do, bro. You know what I'm saying? We these other people, the money that they have, you can see it. They got NFL players that you probably walk past every day. If you live in the city with an NFL team, it's probably NFL player that you walk by every day. White dudes, offensive linemen, or just regular guy. And if you don't know them, you won't. Even, if you don't know who they is, or they a player that don't get a lot of time or something like that, but they in the NFL and they making millions, you'll walk right past them and wouldn't even know. Not no black player, and that's fine. Like I say, we flashy, we like all that. That's fine. But let's create the companies that produce these things so we can be putting the money back in our own circulation. Because right now we putting it in everybody else's circulation. So I'm gonna let them finish, but I'm about to go into the conclusion. I disagree with that. I disagree, but I understand where you're going with it, but I disagree. Exactly. Floyd Mayweather could have took that 18 million, maybe 20 million, maybe 25 million, got his own diamond, got all the material, and got a kid, a black jeweler, woman or man, created a company for them to design him a watch for his particular self, a Mayweather watch that'd have been better and look better than this watch, and he'd have been able to sell the watch, and of course people gonna buy it. He could have been like, okay, this is my new watch. This what he could have deal with that. Instead, he went spend it with a he went spend 18, and he do what he want because it's his money. But he went spend 18 million with another race of people that, and them whoever he spent it with, I believe it was Jacob. I'm not sure, but guess what? Them people, you guess what? They put that in the kitty. And if you don't know what the kitty is like a saving. That's what we call it in prison. We call it a kitty, or not so much in prison. That's like the shoebox. They put that in a generational wealth shoebox. That's why all these people moving over here and getting in power. Corporate is being taken over by Asians. You know why that is? You know why they coming over here getting educated and getting corporate? So they can perform nepotism for the future ones that come over here. What you think they trying to do? Am I the only one seeing this? Am I the only one that see that everybody else is capitalizing off nepotism and putting themselves in position so they can perform nepotism, but us? Oh, let that nigga get it how I get it. Let him do how I did. I had to get it that. We the only one like that. And that's why I always say, the gun been on us for so long now that we got the gun, we putting it to our own head. We doing it to ourselves. They not killing us no more, we doing it. They not holding us back no more, we doing it. And what they doing is sitting in the cut with the cash register open, taking our money for lawyers, taking our money for everything you name. You name it. Even if you go into the lawyers. Let's get our own lawyers and our own, oh, I ain't gonna say our own judges, but our own lawyers that help black people. Let's invest into some lawyers to help black people that can't afford lawyers. Black people go to straight black lawyer. We can switch this overnight. No war, no blood, just a money thing. Man, we going to the bank. Look, I need all my money out of the bank because they got a new black bank. I'm putting it in there. Black National Bank. You heard me? We can do it, man. Nothing is stopping us, bro. But the mindset, it's a mindset thing. Yeah, it's a reason. You know what the reason is? Right. They rub them on the back. They rub their back. Yeah, check that out. I tell y'all, go check it. You can go check it out on TikTok. I'm sure you can see it on YouTube. It's called "How to Sell to the Black Man." How to sell to the, I mean, how to sell to black people. How to sell to the Negro. And they got it down to scientists. And this video come out in 1954. And this just show you they study us. They know how we are. They know we love to. They know that we love. And this is, well, I'm not gonna go off into that right now. But they know that we love to feel superior, especially amongst each other, not the other people, but amongst each other, right? Um, and so Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, and that's another thing I said. It's already understood, and I'm about to go. And I wanted to pause it right here because this is another thing that I speak on about the Negro that's not coming. See this dude, the brother that's talking to Rizal Islam, his channel. This is channel. The guy, Matt Hoffa. He's one of those Negroes that when we 3, 4 generations down the line and we run in America, well, that won't happen. I'm gonna say that won't because those will be they'll be done by then. But I'm gonna just say, um, in 25 years, a lot of these older Negroes still be around. 25 years, and things starting to be on the uprise for black with this formula that I'm putting forth of generational wealth. It's gonna be the Negroes who gonna be, oh, you know about the whites man's gonna come and take it from us, man. You know what he did on Black Wall Street, not knowing nothing about that situation because the Black Wall Street situation was very told wrong to most black people. They don't have understanding because the truth of Black Wall Street is they had a business deal that turned bad, and of course Oklahoma had more white people than they had black, so the white people won and they destroyed the black people community. But it wasn't because they just was the black people getting so much money, we going over there and burning it down. And this is also the part that they don't tell you that Black Wall Street was rebuilt and it was even better than it was before, right? So it's not a lie that we were sold as blacks, and because we don't do that's why we the most. That's why we the receivers of the most lies, because we don't do no research. If it's not about something that's shallow, we don't want to talk about it. Sports, entertainment. If it's something serious, politics, religion, scripture, we don't want to really get off into that, and that's why we where we at today. But like he said, so everybody not going. And this brother here is going. The brother he talking to is possibly, if he don't change his mindset, he's not going to go. But he's a representation of the people who are not going. They gonna still be saying, oh, they gonna still be, oh, it's gonna always be. They gonna constantly move the goalposts on reasons why it can't be done, instead of thinking and putting all the energy and reasons on why it can and will be done. So I wanted to just say that because, but it was very important what this brother Rizzo about saying about how it's not gonna be all of us get the like-minded one. The like-minded one's gonna overpower the ones who don't think. So that's not a problem. But what he gonna say is, well, what about? Because that's what he going to. Well, what about? He gonna make another excuse. And like I say, he is a representation of the people that's not going. This brother is talking. Riz Islam is a representation of the people that are. Simple as that. See, that's what I'm saying about people like him. Like I say, these type. It's always we with the white man. We did with it. Forget all that, right? But yeah, man, that's the formula. That's my formula that I came up with for community generational wealth, because I'm seeing what these other generations, I'm seeing what these other ethnicities and other races are doing, and it's working. And I feel like if it's working on us, if it was us doing it, it would be breaking better because it would be us, right? And I've laid everything down pretty much as smooth as I could in this video. And of course, community generational the formula for community generational wealth is something I'm gonna be consistent with speaking on, because I wanted to get that. I want to get that spread into the ears of some guy with the money, the millionaire, the billionaire, black billionaire. I want this to get in their ears. And like I said, it's not gonna be everybody, but just a few like-minded. And then not only that, some of the like-minded ones, once they start doing it, other people gonna get on board. Some people never gonna get on board. Like I say, these two brothers that just got to finish talking, one of them represents the one that will, one of them represents the one that won't. The one that's always constantly, oh, he's not going to get on board. He's going to die in the wilderness. But the rest of us is going to make it to the promised land. So I thank y'all for listening to me. Like I said, I'm about to start this. I'm about to be more consistent. I had kind of, like I said, I'm in the process of moving, and Getting some equipment together. And like I said, I got some more equipment coming in. But we're gonna be doing something every week. We're gonna do the prison story segment. Gonna be real prison story for my bid in prison. 10 summers, 10 winters, flat. Um, and like I said, it's not to glorify it, but it's to scare. It's to put awareness of when you go in there and the process of it, and just the pain that you go through, the pain that your family go through, the forever lasting wound. It's just a bad situation, and not only is it a bad situation for your loved ones, and after it's over with, it's a bad situation during the whole process, right? And I'm gonna show you another thing. The black community generational wealth will bring crime down. Right now, black people commit 50% of all crime, but it would bring crime down because we would love each other, because we would all be on a level, and we would have a mind. That's why I say spiritually we have to die. We have to commit spiritual suicide as a black people and rebuild with loving each other. The way we love to get some money and move around the white people, we need to have that same love toward getting some money and staying in the hood and fixing up our as many doing what we can. And it's always a benefit at the end. There's always a profit, if not physical, spiritual. And that spiritual profit gonna automatically manifest into a physical profit. Because that's blessings from God that come with no sorrow. That's scripture. So I don't want to hold y'all too long, but my shows are. That's why I'm gonna be doing live. I'm gonna really be strictly doing live. I'm gonna stream, because I like to kick it with y'all. I like to talk, um, and like the short videos is just kind of like not my thing. And if you got a short attention span, maybe you. But like I said, I don't worry about that because the people that my video is for, in the name of Jesus, gonna find my video, and my video gonna find them. So where I'm at is nighttime. So y'all have a good night. I thank y'all for listening, and God bless. I'm about to be coming back. Like I said, boy, that's what I was saying about the prison story. It's not to glorify, man. It's just to tell a kid, man, a kid to run across that, man. Because I listened to some story that, like I said, if I'd have heard then, I'd have made some different decisions, man. But yeah, we're gonna be doing the prison story segment. Um, we're gonna be getting off in scripture. And we're gonna have a weekly show, man. We gonna get it. We gonna really be live, man. When I get all my equipment, my everything on its way. And I just thank y'all for kicking it with me, man. Y'all have a blessed one, man. And always think for yourself and never go alone to get along. Deuces.